Gemini, hello, welcome. It's Erin Scott here. I have some Palo Santo here that I'm burning, getting a little scent coming off here. So hi Gemini. So it's the new moon. It's December 7th, and I'm recording you and the final 5 of the signs for this month for the new moon reading for the next month ahead. So throughout December and for the first week of January. So let's get a little Palo Santo in the space. I hope you're well. We're going to tap in. We're doing a potion today. Okay. So I have a variety kind of down below me over here. I have a variety of different cards, and we're going to tap different aspects of this month. Okay. And we're going to start with the growth edges. All right. So I'm going to use my Carolyn Mace archetype cards, and and we're going to tap in here. All right. This is going to be a very mellow reading. I'm feeling a little tired today, actually, with the new moon energy. So let's tap in. So it's been a different number of archetypal quality sets that are asking to be evolved. Different numbers, different quantities of the cards have come forward for different signs. So let's see how many want to come forward for you. Gemini for December. So Gemini, this is of course a Sagittarius new moon. We had it at 2 a.m. Eastern time. So it started the day. It started the day of December 7th, 2018. 15 degrees Sagittarius new moon. So this is, of course, Sagittarius is opposed your sign. It's the polarity of Gemini. So you're going to be feeling it in your ways, especially if you have anything in the middle of Gemini. An aspect, angle, an angle or a planet or an asteroid, satellite, nodal axis, etc. So for Gemini, the second quality set. Interesting. You're getting a similar archetype as Taurus for those Geminis watching that also have Taurus. By the way, this is really focused on Gemini ascendant and Gemini sun. Okay. So for those of you that are a Gemini ascendant or a Gemini sun that have something in Taurus, I want you to go watch that video as well. Okay, we're pulling 3 for you, okay? All right, very interesting with the cards coming through, because in this particular deck, I believe there are 3 different child cards. You're getting one of the child cards, so we're going to talk about that. The first archetypal quality set, the first growth for you, the first area of your life that's called to be matured is liberator. And Gemini, the dissonant or the non-aligned way by which liberator is showing up perhaps at some level of your being over the course of this month is imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate. And you have to think deeply about how this applies to your life, okay? This could be boss and employees if you own your own business, or if you're part of a business where you're the boss, etc. And it can go into family dynamics, friend group dynamics, etc. And ignoring legitimate constraints, okay? So imposing your tyranny over those you claim to liberate and ignoring legitimate constraints. So that is asking this month. It's the quality within you for the arc of the Gemini evolution at this time frame at the end of 2018. This is what's called to be recalibrated and up-leveled. What is it that wants to be moved into with Liberator? It's about developing freedom within yourself and with others from outmoded beliefs. It's about freeing yourself from outmoded beliefs. And it's beautiful, is it not? Because the Sun-Moon conjunction in Sagittarius is meeting up with Mercury and Jupiter, which are also in Sagittarius, which is all about paradigm, worldview, belief systems. So it's also about releasing, excuse me, it's also about releasing negative thought patterns. Huge choke on this one. So for some of you, this is going to resonate. For some of you, there's something with your communication that is really stifled or activated now. Okay. Again, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs and releasing negative thought patterns. That's the growth. That's one of them. There's 3 of them here. So Liberator, this is about liberating your mind. Okay. The second one also came up for Taurus. It's Mother. All right. So the second quality set within the Gemini archetype over the course of this month is to elevate this sub-archetype within you. And the shadow attributes of Mother are smother. Now, this is for both Geminis that are mothers or fathers, parents, and it's for those that aren't, because mothering can have to do with mothering something else, like a project, and it can also happen to do with yourself. How do you mother yourself? So this is smothering or abandoning children. Okay, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. So what I went into in the Taurus reading is this is about keeping people dependent, whether it's children or whether it's loved ones, family members, or friends. It's about keeping people tied to dependency because it shows that we're valuable. If people depend on us, then it means that we're valuable. But that's just a mental construct. It's a way by which we get the attention, the love, the affirmation, etc. With Mother, what wants to be grown and evolved is developing nurturance, patience, unconditional love, okay, within yourself and toward others. Joy in giving birth to life. So it's not just about giving birth to children, but it's about giving birth to that which you love, that which you value. The third one here is child orphan. Child orphan is also calling to be matured through you, Gemini, over the course of this month. The shadow attributes of child orphan is sitting in a feeling of, or having a sense of, having an experiential memory of abandonment that stifled or stifles, continues to stifle maturation. So it's about being in a state of abandonment in the mind. It's the rotating, spinning tape of abandonment. Seeking inappropriate surrogate families. Okay, this is about it's about reducing ourselves in order to fit in with people or friends or contacts, acquaintances that aren't really our evolved fit. But we do it because we're looking for family. We're looking for connection. So those are the shadow attributes of child orphan. What wants to be evolved, Gemini, this month is independence-based learning. Excuse me, independence based on learning to go it alone. Independence based on learning to go it alone. Conquering your fear of survival. Conquering your fear of surviving. So these are the growth edges. All of these 3. I'm going to show you them together, and then we're going to pull some themes for the month. Those are the 3. Okay. Second chakra with the red, 4th chakra with the heart green, and vocal okay, with the choke. This is your fifth chakra, okay? So you have some different areas of the body and different quality sets there that are asking to be up-leveled this month. Now, we're going to pull your themes, and I'm going to be using my Everyday Witch Tarot because I love it. I'm going to take another sip here. I'm drinking reishi tea. For those who know reishi tea, you know that it is a miracle worker, this stuff. If you have not tried reishi tea, I highly recommend it. If you're having any imbalances within the body system, try reishi. It's pretty amazing. Okay. All right. So for Gemini, for December, for the Sagittarius new moon cycle, predominant theme, a predominant theme. Okay. And then I'm going to pull another. So Gemini, I just want to make a note. I always pay attention to what happens during a reading. Okay. So at the point when I'm pulling your second theme, the music changed, and we also had a ambulance go by, which is not typical where I live. It goes by occasionally, but not that frequently. So that's just something to pay mind to. So for the second main theme for Gemini. Okay, Ace of Wands. So we have the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Page of Pentacles, there's new communications, perhaps about new opportunities. There might be new learnings too. You're gleaning new information about a new project or some new possibility, opportunity financially. It could certainly have to do with money, but it has to do with some physical newness, some new emergence on a logistical level. You know, this could have to do with some physical structure, home, car, something material. And it could also have to do with money and finances, but it could also have to do with like education and learning. And this is the page. Okay. So this could be an idea about some new, like an inspired idea about some new material pursuit that you want to start moving toward. Okay. And it could be that this end of 2018 cycle is a perfect initiation point for, as you start the 2019 cycle, to start something new. Okay. But this is an inspired idea. And it also could be a communication coming to you about a new opportunity. Okay. And you can see too that in this particular deck, I really love this deck. He's at a crossroads there. So he's, there's, and you can see in his face, there's excitement there. And he's the other thing that I wanted to say, he's flipping a coin there at the sign, at the kind of that crossroads. He's kind of flipping a coin in the air. So there's this kind of joy and excitement about the pondering, the possibility, the opportunity, the, you know, what's going to come next. So the next one, again, fabulous card. This is the Ace of Wands. And you can see, you can feel all the energy in this particular one. The fire's coming up, books and scrolls, and the wand is flying up out of the fire. So this is about, certainly the ace is about something new and initiatory. Wands is about fire, insight, ideas, creativity. There could be some new creative spark, inspiration, idea. I mean, it goes very well with the Page of Pentacles, because some enthused idea this month could be activating thoughts about progression forward, moving toward a material manifestation of the creative idea. So for some of you out there, there's going to be new ideas, prompting, planning for new movement forward. Okay. Something new wants to be manifest, a new material objective. Okay. Now this is my, this is by Cindy Solano, this deck. It's a palmistry deck, and we're tapping into the mind body system, and we're going to see, what quality set of mind body is calling for your attention this month. Okay. I'm going to turn down my music just a little bit. Okay. Okay, Gemini. So for Gemini for the month of December, that one came out. That's the one for you. Saturn lines, acquire needed provisions. Fantastic. This has not come up before for a client or for a generalized reading, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Now, in this card, you can see the palm, right? And you can see the circle here, right? It's a little bit faded out, a little bit hard to see, but I think you can probably see it. It's a blue outline there. That's this Saturn line focus for you. And again, this is about acquire needed provisions. For the month of December, this is coming up. So I'm going to read from the book. But what I want to say to you is, at this part of your palm, right and left palm, you can use by yourself, you can apply pressure, your own acupressure to these points on both palms. You can caress it, massage it, and that will stimulate this particular part of your palm and this particular part of your the quality set that's connected to that part of your palm and body system and mental system. So let's take a look. Saturn. All right. So Gemini, for the Saturn lines, this is the reflection. A strong foundation is needed to build something wonderful. A strong foundation is needed to build something wonderful. That's those two cards that came forward. The Page of Pentacles is about the idea about the need for some material manifestation of some creative idea, Ace of Wands. So this is an interesting card. Do not pass over the basics. Whether it is a lasting friendship, an enduring marriage, or a healthy body, it is important to take care of the details. So December is a time for planning. Put the proper tools in your toolbox. How can you build a website without a computer? How can you build a relationship if you are unwilling to listen? Look at what you need to acquire for yourself to get where you want to go. Okay. And take the necessary steps. Solicit help from others if you need to. Fantastic, Gemini. It goes right along with what we just pulled up. Beautiful. Now I'm going to pull a spread for you. I'm going to be using my Siri deck. A lot of you that have been watching me for years know my deck. This is the deck that I made for myself back in 2012. So it's 6 years old. And people have asked me if it's for sale. It's not for sale. I don't replicate it because these are copyrighted images, and I just made this for myself. Originally, this was just for me. You know, this wasn't a deck that I was going to be using on any kind of a public channel. So I can't sell it. In other words, I can't replicate it and sell the deck. Something just flew out. Let's see what it is. Improve. Okay, so I'm going to put this back in the deck and we're going to continue shuffling. Improve really did fly right out and flipped over. So there is an up-leveling wanting to happen for the Gemini archetype over the course of this month. So Gemini, give me a minute here as I tap in. I'm going to adjust myself here too. Gemini. For those that are interested in getting your own personalized potion, I just started doing these particular kinds of potions for clients, and they're very wonderful to do. They're a hoot to do. They're fun to do, but they go quite deep and they can bring forward tons of information. They're only $44. And they're active throughout the month of December, although I'm probably going to continue them. But for those interested in tapping into your 2019 cycle with a potion, it's an affordable way to do it. For those of you with more of a budget that really do want to go much deeper into the astrological underpinnings of the logistics of your particular soul prints unfolding in the 2019 cycle and the 2019 through 2021 cycle, I have offerings for that as well. So you can find all of that in the links below the video. Okay, Gemini, let's see what's coming. Okay. Interesting card at the underbelly. I'm going to look underneath the deck as well. Interesting reading, Gemini. I want to look underneath before I tell you what came up. So let me tell you what's coming up underneath the deck, okay? Kind of the underbelly of the reading. More is coming up first. So, and miscellany. So more and many things are the first two cards out of the deck. The beware card is also coming up. So what this is saying, there's several cards here. Health, beware of health issues, okay? Contemplate on issues of grace, calmness, peace, harmony, and the feminine quality sets of you, your emotional guidance system, your intuitive wisdom, etc. This is about focusing on those things. There's knowledge there. There's wisdom there. There's knowledge there. And you're tapping knowledge about that which you desire, which is all over this particular reading, which I'm going to read to you. But the thing about more and many things, Gemini, that I wanted to point out is that there are many things coming forward for you. I think mentally, insight wise, there's going to be some downloads happening for a lot of you out there. So there's many things coming forward. With the beware card that came forward, what I get is that there's many things coming that either you have been skeptical about or hesitant about, or overly protective and overly discerning about, that are going to arise for you. And you're going to connect more with your passions, with your bliss, with the things that you love. So, and it has to do with the gentler you, okay? The fact is that with the woman card, see, the woman card here is not just a woman. It could be a woman coming into your sphere over the month ahead, but it's also about the feminine. Okay, so what I get here is that there's some softness emerging. There's some identification with softer aspects of what delights you, and you're going to resonate in with that. It's like you're going to ping it. Spiritually, what's coming forward is you're going to be connecting more on a spiritual basis. And keep in mind, we have the Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, all in Sagittarius. So this is all about belief system. There's a huge focus on our orientation, our constructs of reality. On a spiritual level, you might be tapping your emotional body more this month. And indeed, in the emotional sector, falling in love is coming up. Now, for some of you, yes, does this mean falling in love with a lover, with a partner? It does. For others of you, this means falling in love with yourself, falling in love with life, falling in love with the things that you desire. That was the desire card that came up here. Let me see if I can find it. This wanting desire card can be sexuality. It absolutely can. And it can also mean connecting with that which you love. This is about connecting with your bliss. So for some of you, especially with that Ace of Wands coming forward, with the Page of Pentacles, there's new delights, there's new fire. Now, Ace of Wands can be phallic and it can be sexual. Can there be a sexual narrative coming up for some of you, especially with the falling in love card coming up? Yes. And then for others of you, it's not going to be sex and falling in love. It's going to be falling in love with your bliss, with your juice, with your core, with your passions. Okay. So you're going to be feeling things quite deeply with regards to your passions, whether it's a loved one or whether it's your, the things that you're reconnecting with about your true desires. At the base of the reading is the Querent card, and the Querent card is you. So what that tells me is that throughout December, a lot of you are going to be focused on you, your path, your desires, your what will benefit you right now. It's like you're very focused on what you need, what you want, your plans, the plans of action, which goes very much along with the Saturn Lines card. It's like realizing that it's best to really start making some plans. What did this say exactly? Provisions, making sure your provisions are taken care of. So you are focused on you this month. Mentally, purging and cleaning the mind. Okay. Now, some of you are going to be wanting to go on a cleanse this month. I will tell you that health issues have been coming up for a whole lot of people. And there's no accident with that. It's very aligned astrologically. There's a lot of energetic shift and change and eruptive revolution happening now back in an energetic level, because Uranus has moved back into Aries. But it's going to move back. It's going to step back into Taurus, where material reality, the earth, our physical bodies, everything the next 7 years is going to go through radical shift and change, along with the financial system. But physicality is going to take, it's going to be hit harder. And it's going to be hit harder in order to rise to the occasion of the frequency up leveling that's been going on, increased frequency over the last many, many years. And it's exponentially increasing, and it's harder on the physical body. So a lot of you might be seeing like greater sensitivities to food, for example. Okay. Now, the thing is, on your mind over the course of December, cleanse and purge. Now, the cleansing and purging for some of you is going to be body. So some of you might really be thinking about physical purging, meaning a cleanse, a dietary cleanse, a detox, fasting. Okay. Preparation is also coming up. So purging, cleansing, whether it's the physical body or whether it's your home, clearing out closets, simplifying your life might be coming up in the mind with this card. Okay. You are preparing. Do you notice that the preparing energy, the preparing narrative has been coming forward left and right here? Geminis are preparing themselves for the next steps, whatever the next steps are distinctly for you. You are thinking about preparations that are needed to take place. Love is coming up. Now, this says romantic love, but this can be love. What I've learned through 6 years of using this deck is that this also comes up with like love and affection and the flow of loving relationship between people. So family members, friends, and lovers, okay? But issues of love and affection is coming up. Occasional is also coming up. And occasional is rare. You know, it's like it's something that's not that common, not that frequent. So here, it might be that you're preparing yourself. Some of you are going to be clearing your mind-body system, maybe your home out, simplifying your life a bit, preparing for love that might come or that you're expecting is around the corner. Okay, that's with regards to love. When it comes to that which you love, which this could also be like your bliss and your passion, you're preparing for that too. So you're making the proper adjustments to body system, to home, to your life, to your work, to really align you. There's an alignment happening with Gemini this month. In the center, nature, adventure, and friends. This is definitely talking about relationships and contact with people. So nature in the center of the reading. So the crux of the reading for you in December is you might want to connect more with physical nature, trees, the outdoors, no matter what season it is. If you're Northern Hemisphere, you could be deep in winter. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you're going into summer. You know, we're going to have the solstice point at the end of this month. So nature is two things. It's connecting with nature, and it's also connecting with your own nature, your own alignment, your natural alignment. So what I get, I have to tell you, Gemini, what I'm really getting is that you are aligning with your nature. And a lot of you might feel inclined to connect with nature itself, because when we do that, there's a frequency shift. We get into the vibration of nature, the pulse of nature, the heartbeat of nature. Okay. Adventure is also coming up. So you're going to want new things, new experiences, new adventures, a new turn of the wheel. Okay. So nature and adventure are definitely themes for you, and also relationships, friends, contacts, networks. That's also networks and your groups, whether it's an online group or whether it's your community, your neighbors. But this is about relationships. So for you, love, connection, relationships, alignment to who you are, finding your own bliss, and then maybe networking that out, connecting that out, is kind of the name of the game this month. Okay. Now let's take a look at the guidance for you for the month. And I'm going to use the Native Spirit deck. Okay. There's more of an emotionality coming up for Geminis over the course of the month ahead. There's more of a sentimental feeling I get with regards to love, affection, relationships, contacts, communications, having connection with people. There's more of an emotional connectiveness to that narrative for you. You're going to desire it and want it, not just with lovers, but with just relationships in general. So for Gemini, for December guidance. Walking in beauty. Beautiful, Gemini. I love it. Let me show you the card, and then I'm going to read it here. Look at that. Walking in beauty. Especially with the nature card coming up here, I'm going to be interested to see what it says. This hasn't come up before either, actually. Walking in beauty. Fantastic. The card meeting, Gemini, the guidance for you is radiant beauty surrounds you. You're beautiful inside and out. No matter what your age, your grace is growing. Being in balance. So let me just see what that says. You're beautiful inside and out. No matter what your age, your grace is growing. Being in balance, period. That's all it says, being in balance. As you walk in beauty, as you walk out in nature, as you walk in beauty and feel gratitude for it, Your life will be filled with immense splendor. Whenever you can, spend time in natural, wild spaces. The beautiful thing about this guidance for you is it's actually coming up in your reading as what you will desire. It's an experience set that a lot of you are going to just naturally be inclined for. So the guidance is to follow that inclination, is essentially what's coming up. Whenever you can, spend time in natural, wild places. As you see and hear and feel beauty around you, your own beauty will grow. Your native spirit wants you to know, in native spirit traditions, there's the concept of walking in beauty. It's called Hanzo Nasha in the Navajo Diné tradition. And it means being in balance with a natural way of life. When we are in right relationship with the natural world around us, we are walking in beauty. The more you sense and see beauty around you, in your environment, yourself, in your body, the more it will fill your life in all forms. Never say anything about yourself or your body that's negative. Don't put down yourself or others. Instead, affirm beauty and take time to adorn your body and personal space. Walk in nature and inhale the beauty of every part of our wonderful planet. Cherish yourself and the luminescence within you, and you will glow. Fantastic, Gemini, very aligned with what came up with nature. I'll just show you both together. So this is definitely a call, a natural call for a lot of you. You're going to feel the pull. And nature will, it entrains your energetic frequency to its nature. Nature is you. You are nature. So when you walk in nature, it acts as an entraining. And it's a natural way of connecting and releasing, getting to a state of freedom. So Gemini, you can be in touch if you're interested in getting your own potion. In the meantime, until the next video, I send you much love for a wonderful December in your navigations, and I'm wishing you happy holidays. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.